What have we here?
I'll give it a shot.
Let's crack it open.
Oh, I like it. Homely.
I feel a presence here. A power. The patron god of this place?
Scribes with swords. So much for the quill being mightier.
I wonder what was so subversive about their words that they commanded protection.
A chained-up book in a long-abandoned temple?
This book is far lighter than it should be with such a massive lock. As the lock opens, a loose page comes with it. Magic pulses from the parchment. What was once script is now an obliterated scrawl. You have a sense these are names, a list. But of what? Gods. These are the names of gods, once lost but now restored after the Second Sundering. The last three names in this book sit close together, but are so devastated by the scrawl as to be unreadable. Entire pantheons have dwindled and been reborn, silently recorded by this book.
Look at that. Jurgle, the scribe of the dead. This chapel must be ancient.
Jurgle? I didn't think anyone worshipped the scribe of the dead.
The inscription is in a language unknown to you.
That's curious. Hells. Something just woke up down here.
Let them come. The darkness can be to our advantage.
You picked the wrong fight, friend.
Dead did not surrender their secrets lightly. Something drove them to resist.
They're unthinking cadavers. I may as well feel sorry for a breadbasket.
A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
Here lies the guardian of tombs. Through knowledge comes atonement.
So he has spoken, and so thou standest before me. Right, as always. What a curious way to awaken. Now, I have a question for thee. What is the worth of a single mortal's life?
Quite the question. What's the reason for it?
Curiosity. Nothing more. Wilt thou answer my question?
Yes, ask away.
So, I ask again, what is the worth of a single mortal life?
No one life is worth more than any other. We are all equal.
In death, that is so. Very well. I am satisfied. We have met, and I know thy face. We will see each other again at the proper time and place. Farewell. These chambers are much changed. Parchment and bone dust. Still comforting after all this time. What a mess the ages cause. How long has it been?
Broken. Must have been here a while.
You think it's dangerous?
Of course it's dangerous. One of them carved up Zoru's whole squad.
So let's leave it.
No. We take it to the Grove.
Just leave it.
And when the goblins ally with it,
We'll be on the road to Baldur's Gate.
don't be naive. When this thing strikes, there will be no soldiers to protect you. This isn't Alterel. Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad and twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them. This creature is dangerous. Get out of here. Leave it to me.
She's right. Let's go. We need to check out that blast.
A blast? I could use more specifics.
You didn't hear it? Shook our camp good, so we came for a look.
I'm in dire need of healing. Where is this camp?
Northwest. Look for Nettie. Whatever your wound, she can mend it.
And be careful. There are goblin traps everywhere.
Nymessa, come.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Observe.
As you say.
Now that they're out of earshot, sure.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
And what exactly is a creche?
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a Gaith tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification.
All right. We journey together. Let's find this creche.
You are full up. Dismiss your weakest warrior.
Wait at my camp. We can speak there.
Very well. But heed my words. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. I must interrogate this Zoru. Our very lives depend on it. I will be at your camp. Do not keep me waiting.
A Githyanki joining our company. Not a collaboration I'd have anticipated, but a welcome one nonetheless.
Lae'zel has a dangerous look in her eyes. Let's just hope she reserves those impulses for any common foes.
I am enjoying the latest addition to our little group. Lae'zel is delightful. In a very look at me twice and I'll dismember you kind of way, of course.
We meet again, as predicted. I shall be here in thy camp for whenever thou hast need of my services.
Care to explain why you're helping me?
Be assured, it is not by choice.
What kind of services can a skeleton offer?
A mending of the threads between life and death. Should thou or any of thy compatriots perish, I will cleave soul to body once more.
That's incredibly powerful magic. Why is it so easy for you?
Because it is my calling. There is little else to explain.
Not to be rude, but what are you?
There are many answers to that question. None are important.
He has a divine aspect, yes. A reflection of death itself. Eternal and inescapable.
All that power, are you a god's chosen?
I shall answer no further questions in that regard.
Abominations grow inside us. Our bones should ache. Our mouths should bleed. Yet we thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.
He looks so unusual. Githyanki are rare in these parts.
I expect I am your first.
I know of Githyanki, but I've never met one.
Of course you haven't. They would have cut you from navel to neck. You are no less alien to me than I am to you. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
Really? Thanks for noticing.
It was an observation, not a compliment. No matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place.
Do you know much about mind flayers?
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a creche. You do well to observe more and question less.
Do you know what happens if we don't find a cure?
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
That's not going to happen. We will find a cure.
Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
You're worried we haven't changed? This is good news.
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Be with you in a moment.
Neat trick.
Not a trick, my friend. Magic. Be that as it may. Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of?
Until quite recently, nothing at all.
Ah, yes. The good old days. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on? Day 4, excruciating pain as the skeleton and organs reform and reposition. Day 5, the host personality has disappeared, fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture?
I do, but you might as well finish the picture.
Day 6, the flesh around the mouth splits to make way for tentacles. Day 7, a mind flayer is born.
We should be having a fever by now. Graying skin, even.
Exactly. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal.
Can you explain why the symptoms aren't showing?
That, alas, is where my knowledge fails me. A rogue might call it luck, a priest might call it fate. As for myself, I'm a pragmatic. I see the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
I saw you getting a lecture from our magical friend. I have to say, I thought you'd look worse, but no. Not a tentacle to be seen.
I could say the same to you.
Indeed you could. We're all doing surprisingly well, given the circumstances. I'm not taking anything for granted, of course. First sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer.
Not sure. How would you like to go?
I don't think poison is for me. Nor stabbing, come to think of it. I always felt decapitation was a fine choice. One good swing and then nothing. But we were talking about you. What'll it be?
Decapitation sounds good, actually.
A fine choice. Now, to use sword or axe or saw? Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously.
Obviously. But that won't happen. It can't.
If the last day has taught me anything, it's that the impossible is more likely than you think. Now, let's get some rest. The sooner we start tomorrow, the better our chances of keeping this hypothetical.
I couldn't help but overhear. Well, alright, I could have helped, but didn't. Anyway, I feel the same. Other than the occasional mental exchange, it's almost as if we're not infected. The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant?
Sounds like it had plans for us.
Whatever they were, those plans were interrupted by the dragons. Either way, we can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. We have to find a healer. Well, I've said my piece. Get some rest.